I had a very minor kind of epilepsy that wasn't diagnosed for a long time. It was a combination of migraines and what they call petit mal seizures. You know, basically I'd be sitting somewhere and I'd suddenly know that it was coming. And yeah, I can't really describe exactly what came. It was kind of like what I was seeing was the loud thing. It was scary because I was a very young kid and I didn't know what it was. But over time I just developed a way of dealing with it, which was to try to make it quiet by what I was looking at. If I closed my eyes, there was just too much going on in my closed eyes and it was really loud. And if my eyes were wide open, it was also really loud because there was just so much in my visual field. But if I could squint down and sometimes even look through a pinhole between my fingers at something really small, like the texture of a shirt or a blanket or something, it was quiet enough that I could stand it. So each little thought is followed by a lot of work. And then when I'm done, I'll be like, you know, I don't like it. There's something that needs something, and I'll come up with an idea, like draw lines between each circle to its adjacent circles. Then I got to do that. And that's sometimes, like on the big paintings, each decision takes days. But in a way, it's a really restful thing, you know, because if I was improvising and doodling or whatever, I'd be having a million thoughts and acting on them all. But when I constrain myself in this other way, it ends up, the texture at the end, my eye really enjoys. Now that I've been painting more and more, it brings me back to thinking about my instruments. The way that I enjoyed seeing pattern ended up being something I could rely on and being able to read music and play it. One of the things I used to experiment with was different kinds of resonant wood and metal. And so over the years I collected a lot of different bits of metal that I found. And after about 15 years I had about 100 of them. And I arranged them chromatically, low to high. When I put them all in a row and picked out the ones that I could play with traditional instruments, these are what I had out of the 100. And it goes B flat to B flat. It turns out this scale, it's called Ahavarabha in klezmer and Mahamavagula in South Indian. I mean, I felt very lucky when it worked out that way because it's probably my favorite. I don't really want to explain everything to people because I think it's distracting actually. Like what gets me committed to working on a drawing is often a mathematical thing, but it isn't, I think, really what makes it interesting to look at when I'm done. It's just the thing that gets me lost in it long enough to make it interesting.